So I would just, in this moment, like to just take a little fast forward to the next contractual stage of life while we're here. And it's a subject that I find completely fascinating. It's the marriage contract.
Oh, yeah. Marriage contracts, obviously, the thing you have to look at with marriage contracts is it's not just the marriage now. If you go back to the hand fasting,
which is the
binding. It's a binding of souls. It's not just a marriage contract, as in I'm going to live with you for my life, this lifetime. You actually bind those two souls together, so they keep looping around, going, "But I love you forever," until you release them.
Get rid of those.
So if you find that your wrists are suddenly starting to hurt while you're watching this, or often, etherically, we still have the tags, we still have the ribbons attached to our wrists.
It's true. It's so true. On mine, I read the information. Pain and suffering. I was condemned to a life of suffering. For my daughter, they wanted her soul. So you can imagine when you have got that data presented in front of you and you're reading that, and that's because it's from a construct. I'm mentioning that one for somebody else. Construct talk is about to materialize.
I mean, the other thing as well is that you come under seals, and your family crest is another thing that will have impact on your soul contracts. Where you're holding things in your particular bloodline, whether it's family curses, intergenerational karma. There's so much, that's held in your blood as sacred geometry that you're not even aware of. That will, even down to stupid things like going to the supermarket and buying too much. It's having addiction problems. They can all link back into what family bloodline you're in.
And it's quite fascinating to see that in certain races and cultures who've adopted their slave person's name.
Yeah.
So they've adopted and working out that karma still to this day. And that is rife in certain areas.
We're all under slavery. I mean, the thing is that people think that slavery was abolished. It wasn't. It just expanded across the planet. It's like we're all bound by the ley lines and stuff like that have been overlaid onto the planet that we're walking through, and not even realizing that we're moving through these different spaces and how that affects our sacred geometry in our blood.
Yes, it's true. And then combine that with some sort of trigger.
Exactly.
Then, something's going to happen. So, Rocio, in Mexico, what is the divorce rate like? Are you aware of it? What the divorce statistics are? In Britain, I think it's half and half. There's half of maybe it's 60% divorces we have.
In Mexico?
In England, in the UK.
Oh, okay. I don't have. Yeah, in Mexico, I don't have too much idea how many divorces, but it's still like in the way that anthropologists, I can tell you that because the society in Mexico, how they still thinking about it, and the religion, that is other thing that is affected a lot in the families. They exist sometimes, or mostly of the women, they don't want to divorce because what is the family think about it? What is the religion is gonna say about it that she's divorced? Yeah. So in Mexico still affect a lot these kind of groups of the society, of religion, in the family, you know. And the woman decide to be suffering, yeah, because
Mhm.
they don't accept sometimes, especially in little towns, because the religion, because the society, because the family, they don't want to accept a divorce. What is going to happen after that, right? This is one. The second thing that affects the divorce in Mexico is that there are a lot of women, especially in the little towns, that the kids, like when they were kids, the mothers and grandmothers and the society and the religion again tell them that the only mission for a woman is to get married and have kids, thousands of kids.
Right.
Yeah. So what happened?
Breed.
Yeah.
Breed.
So what happened? These
Your
kids,
opinion is.
it's terrible because these kids are 15 years, 14 years, and they already be pregnant and go together with the boyfriend. Yeah. For example, here in this town called Malinalco, happen like that. There are little places where the kids only just study, if it's good secondary school, the first level of the school, and they got married, you know. So what happened when they have problems like couple, and the guy just look for another person because they don't have the mature still, yeah.
Mhm.
These kids don't know what to do because they didn't study, they are not preparing themselves, yeah,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
have a kid, how they are gonna feed these kids. So they
Right.
finish doing tortillas and selling in the corner, you know. So there is a big problem in Mexico, still in the little towns. In the city it's different, you know, because the people, usually the people from the city have more opportunities in economical situation and in the sociable way to go out to the university and make a career at least, you know. And then you know that, okay, didn't work with this man, okay, I can divorce, but I can feed my kid because I prepare in front of the life, you know. So until we study each one of the cases that appear in, and they don't know what to do, we we decide in some way, like society, yeah, if what is the next step for our kids, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
How
still
do we want
a lot
our
of problems
daughters to grow
about.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are not, they don't have still this freedom to say, okay, I'm divorced, I'll go, I do my life with my kids or my kids, because
Yeah.
they don't have only one, they have 4 or 5. Still, at least I think I can say maybe from Mexico to all South America, it's the same thing, you know. So I don't know, it's still a lot problem in society way, this thing, you know, that there are, even though they don't have divorce, they just left the wife and they're going with another woman. And there is another factor too, the men, because there are not enough work or they don't pay, they receive a payment, they pay well, they well pay for the job, they're going to United States, you know.
Mhm.
But they left a wife, a kids here, and then going to United States. And because they can coming back immediately because they don't have visa or something, they are went back. Yeah. Guess what? They make another family there. So they have 2 families, one in Mexico and one there. Oh well, because the men can be alone for a long time. You know.
No. No.
Yeah. So see, this is a problem, the social problem that we have with all our women and our women. So it's not only since they were born, when they were born, all that contracts that they have is all the things that they are accumulating by the life too, right? Uh, the economical situation, the social situation, the religious situation, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So really,
But with them, But with the religion, you've got breeding contracts as well. You know, like with the religion, you've got that whole, you know, the woman's place is in the home and you're only good for breeding, you know.
Barefoot and chained to the kitchen sink. Pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And now, well, we have sometimes programs around the little towns to talk with the kids from 13 to 16 years old. Yeah, and tell them, okay, not just get married and have kids is the mission of the woman. You can prepare yourself, study, work, traveling, develop yourself, and then when you feel ready, you can get married. And if you don't feel ready, don't do it, please, because we bring kids to suffer to the world, right? That's a big problem.
Yeah. Well, they're still running the same programs unless we kind of deal with the programs that are running already.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
then the children are coming in to run the programs again. So it's looking at what the programs are.
Yeah, exactly. It's when I was talking exactly about when I'm talking about the King Maya, is I'm talking exactly about that thing. It's like how can we avoid or erase or reprogram these things that the society, the mothers, the religion put in us, reprogram ourselves if we bring another program very different from the universe, right? So but it's not easy. The it's because how can I say, there are people that they are open mind to listen, but there are ones that say no, that's not good, because the church says that evil is evil things. So this is the program that we have here. This is the honest, and sometimes we feel like impotent, because we can do more, because they don't let that we help them. Sometimes there are programs here. I was in one of them, and I let once upon a time, some years before, I was in a program to talk about women, how they can don't stop to bring kids anytime. And we went in Casa de Cultura. It's a place where we were together with some women, and when I going out, they were all the husbands waiting for me.
Wow. Oh, you caused a bit of a stir there then.
They thought that I was doing something wrong with the women, telling them something against to them, right? But I invite them the next time, to going inside, and they see that the only thing that we wanted with another group of people, of women, is to try to help them how to organize their family in the way they don't have kids each time, and they are and they're very poor. They don't have enough food, they don't have enough clothes, of course. So we were managing this thing about the 100% that we call in anthropology. Is if you have one kid, you give them the 100% of everything that you can give. But if you have two kids, you have to give them 50 and 50, right? But you have three, it's 30, 33 and 33, and you have five, it's only the 20% that you have offering this kid. And it's true. And there are people that will have 10 kids. Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't.
Almost kind of.
I had five. So I know, like.
Okay.
Multiple children, is a handful, especially when you're a single mum, like I was.
Exactly. But we still third world, how they follow us. So we're still in the process to try that even they prepare more themselves like women. But they say, I don't have time. The poor woman work to feed these kids. And to this situation, you can put a husband that doesn't do nothing. Right?
Yeah.
This is not part of the story.
Yeah.
Fodongo.
You describing my life.
We, Carlene, there is a word in Spanish that you describe a man that is not doing nothing, just scratching the belly and just doing nothing, and we say fodongo, fodongo. So Angela love about it because yes, you can.
It's a
There is
funny
an
word.
incredible word to describe somebody that don't do it nothing, So yeah, we have a big thing here in Mexico, at least for a long time still. Hopefully, well, we try to the more people from the city coming to live in the little towns, and with our presence, without change how they are because they don't let you. We try to share with them more knowledge on more things that in the way that they can live in the better way.